The economy's being hit in the U.S., lots of uncertainty. That's not good for any auto manufacturer. Of course, there's the political dynamic overlay, and I know that the authorities are going after that. I think that will pass. We also have the Model Y refresh, and we understand that the orders for the Model Y refreshed are going very strongly. I won't get mine for a very long time. They have a new low-cost car coming in the second quarter, which in the United States I think it could sell for $30,000 or less. There's pent-up demand for that. So we've got a lot of rubber band stretching, and the most important one of all, of course, is robotaxi. And Elon has announced that Tesla will launch its robotaxi service commercially in Austin, Texas in June. That is when analysts are going to have to put into their models what a robotaxi service is. And it's a software as a service model. Right. Very high margin, 80% plus for the platform companies, whereas the electric vehicle is 15, 20, 25% gross margin. So we think that robo-taxis will account for 90% of the value of the company in 5 years. And we're on record saying we believe in 5 years the stock will hit $2,600.
Oh boy, Cathie Wood is back out here with some very aggressive price targets for Tesla over the next few years here. In this video, we're going to be breaking down the reasons why she is so bullish on Tesla during this time horizon that she's laid out for us, while also breaking down the chart and seeing what these short-term prospects are actually going to look like for those of you guys that are looking at it from a more narrow perspective. If you guys did watch one of my previous videos on Tesla a couple of days ago, you guys would know we nailed that local bottom. We are seeing some pretty positive price action. We're going to talk about the prospects for these delivery numbers coming out next week. And also, something that you guys may not have known is that you have officials, pretty high up officials in the United States government right now, almost coming out and begging investors to start picking up some Tesla shares. Now, when the people that are in charge of the rules and regulations of the economy, society, and the government are coming out and saying things like this, it might be a sign of things to come here. We have seen some of the craziness in the crypto space with this new administration. We'll see what happens, but it is definitely something that we need to break down in this video for all of you guys. So guys, before we get into all of that information, if you guys do enjoy the information and analysis that I provide for you guys in these videos here, make sure you guys go down and hit that like button. Costs you nothing to do it, but it helps me out a whole lot in spreading these videos out to as many people who actually want to learn. And again, if you never want to miss another video like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you're notified every time these videos do go live. And again, you guys know the VIX Insight service, it's literally only costs $10 a month, 33 cents a day. I just released it today. Again, check out that link down below if you guys are interested. It's almost too much value for me to start talking about every single thing that you guys are getting in that service there in this little clip here. But again, you guys are going to get those weekly market research reports, the weekly Q&A calls where you guys can ask me questions about the market there. Again, you guys are going to get the single stock research reports there. Again, my three-pillared approach is how I was able to call Palantir at 15, SoFi at 655, Yin at 20, Philip Morris at 95, Robinhood in the teens. The list goes on and on, guys. Again, that midterm position trading account that I've been showing you guys has been doing relatively well, little over $250,000 right now. We're going to see how far we can take that. If you guys want to be a part of the journey, make sure you guys check out that link down below there. But first things first, we got to get into exactly why Cathie Wood is so bullish on Tesla right now, and it has a lot to do with robotaxi. It's winner take most, Wood said of Tesla's position in the autonomous vehicle race during Bloomberg's Odd Lots podcast, and we do believe that Tesla will be and is in the pole position here in the United States. We see robotaxis as an $8 trillion to $10 trillion opportunity that could transform Tesla from an auto manufacturer to a software company. She's talked about this a few times, that when you think about robotaxi and the software that's involved, she's labeling this as kind of a SaaS product, a software as a service, very, very high margins. And it says it right here. She predicts autonomous vehicles will boost Tesla's gross margins from the current 16% to up to 90%. Now, that is very aggressive, but when you're able to increase margins that way, well, you're able to either spend a little bit more money to acquire a customer there, and you can also attract more kind of aggressive valuations from the broad market. Now, again, obviously, Cathie, in that interview that I just played there, did have some comments about kind of the new kind of environment that we're in with this new administration, with a lot of volatility and an uncertainty surrounding these new tariffs, and also kind of the political elements surrounding Tesla and Elon Musk at this current time. Now, when we think about these situations, guys, in the short term, again, a lot of volatility can happen. And when we bring ourselves over here and take a look at Tesla's share price, it has fallen significantly from the highs. Now, I've said this on Twitter, I've said it in the private community, that there is going to be an opportunity here at some point this year for Tesla to give us another one of those massive 8,000% gain trades, very similar to what we saw last year at this area. Now, the one thing that I would be a little bit cautious of right now when we are thinking about the Tesla chart is this daily 200 exponential moving average here right overhead. Now, it's very possible that we could see a situation like we saw on March 3rd here, where we broke down below this 200 EMA, came up, retested it, and started pushing to the downside. But again, if Tesla can break above, use this point as a retest and almost a launch pad, depending on what happens in the broad market here. Again, there are a lot of factors at play. We're coming into that April 2nd trade deadline. We are going into kind of the time period where people are going to start stepping up their bets on interest rate cuts. Again, that probability that we are going to get a cut in May is kind of flickering around here. We have all of those odds really stacked up on June right now, but again, depending on a lot of these different economic factors, GDP, unemployment, what actually ends up happening with inflation, because that is a big fear out of some market participants right now. Not me. You guys have heard my my kind of spiel on this a lot, where I really don't think that there's going to be a meaningful impact to CPI, PCE going into the rest of the year here, especially with that lagging consumer sentiment and consumer confidence. But again, we have a very, very eventful road ahead of us. And then, guys, we got to talk about something pretty crazy here that's happened recently with Howard Lutnick, the Commerce Secretary. So, again, you have seen a lot of people come out bullish on Tesla. You've seen Cathie Wood, you've seen Tom Lee, you've seen Dan Ives, but you haven't seen U.S. government officials yet coming out and being incredibly bullish, telling you to buy Tesla. But now we are, and again, like I said earlier in this video here, it could potentially be a sign of things to come, maybe with new rules and regulations that are going to benefit Elon Musk and Tesla. But let's roll this absolutely crazy clip.
The next generation technology. I think if you want to learn something on this show tonight, buy Tesla. It's unbelievable that this guy's stock is this cheap. It'll never be this cheap again. When people understand the things he's building, the robots he's building, the technology he's building, people are going to be dreaming of today and Jesse Waters and thinking, gosh, I should have bought Elon Musk's stock. I mean, who wouldn't invest in Elon Musk? You got to be kidding.
All right, so you're...
We live in wild times, ladies and gentlemen. We have Cathie Wood coming out with a $2,600 price target on Tesla. Tom Lee is bullish. Dan Ives is bullish. And now you have high-ranking officials within the United States government telling you to go out and buy some Tesla shares. So, again, they're being pretty convincing over here, man. I mean, maybe I'll go out, take advantage of one of those new Tesla deals that they have, those great financing offers, or maybe even go out and buy some Tesla shares there. But again, I want to shift our focus a little bit to the last thing that I want to talk about with you guys in this video here, and it's kind of just the overall expectations going into Tesla's delivery numbers that are going to be released in the middle of next week. So, moving over here, Tesla China registrations bump offers investors hope for vehicle deliveries. Tesla vehicle insurance registrations in China made up ground sequentially last week, marking the company's highest weekly total of 2025. The fact that Tesla vehicle insurance registrations in China have continued to increase from week to week since the beginning of March is a possible bright spot for Tesla investors in what is expected to be a down quarter for global deliveries. Tesla insurance registrations in China totaled around 17,000 for the week of March 17th through the 23rd, up about 11% from the 15,300 the previous week, according to data compiled by the independent China Auto Industry Tracker. So a little bit of a kind of a light at the end of the tunnel there, getting through what is likely going to be a little bit of a slower quarter here for Tesla. But again, going through, guys, there is going to be a lot of volatility in the short term, especially for something like Tesla there. And again, looking at this chart, it is nice to see us kind of moving up towards that 200 exponential moving average, depending on what happens over the next couple of weeks here, or really the next week, sorry, on Tesla. You could easily see Tesla run up, reject this 200 exponential moving average off of those delivery numbers, and then form a really solid period of consolidation there. And for those of you guys that are in less trades, more profits with us, you know exactly what I would be looking for with that break to the upside, that potential blast through that 200 EMA. And potentially some further upside there if that setup does end up forming. Very similar to what we saw back in June of last year, where all of you guys were able to make some very, very significant money on Tesla options there. So again, guys, that is going to wrap up this video here. Again, if you did enjoy the information and analysis that I shared with you in this one, please go down, hit that like button. Costs you nothing to do it. Helps me out a whole lot spreading these videos out there. And again, if you never want to miss another video like this, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. And for those of you guys that are joining VIX Insights, you are not going to be disappointed there. I mean, again, this is some of the best market research analysis that you guys are going to receive. Can't wait to see you guys in there and help you guys reach your goals in the market. But until next time, guys, peace.